Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Dark Helmet Racing League live race review for Season 5, Round 2 in the rain at Imola. Surprisingly clean night for the most part. Not a lot of incident point penalties from the Auto Steward. A few things for us to review through, but overall, for how insane that was and how hard it is to hold on to, congratulations to everyone that finished. Let's get into this. We're just going to see a lot of self spins. So let's just make sure rejoins are as safe as they can be tonight. I'll say for anybody that tried the Mustang, it looked like a handful. Nice drift. Maybe I should give license points for drifts tonight. They're negative. I'm glad that we changed the Auto Steward to not give penalties for 2Xs. Otherwise, there would have been a lot of drive-throughs tonight. So that was a good change we made, and I'm happy with it. The last thing we want to see is penalties for that on top of that. So having to tow back to the pits is generally penalty enough. Now I'm in this one, but there's not anything here other than a driver losing control and me having nowhere to go, so this is going to be a no action. Funny part was, I got stuck in the puddle after this. So I sat there spinning my wheels with no throttle applied. Try to get up this hill. Watch the massive amount of wheel spin I get right there. I let off the throttle, but the other side keeps on spinning because I opened up the diff settings. I'm doing a one-wheel peel up the hill. A racing incident. Noted. I felt horrible here, though. I thought I was going to get creamed sitting and waiting in the middle of the track like that. Okay, the next one. Action. So much gravel out there. Action. What did I do? Ah, so this is the Brandon enemy incident, which I probably should bring Morgan in for. Let's launch through it. Maybe if you're watching in the chat, let's have your viewpoint of this. So let's go back a little farther so you guys can see what's happening here. So this starts back at Aqua Minerale, where that might have been Nathan ahead of us, or someone else. Not too sure. But got a bit of poor drive out for Brandon because of it. I get a run on him, go to the chicane. We get through here with just a 0x, which was incredible. I thought we were going to have way more than that as we were turning in. But then as we came down here, I knew I was in a horrible spot at this point, and I tried to bail out of it, but then we had the contact. So if we roll that back, there's my mess. There it is. Bridge comes in at the wrong time, but go through under the bridge, and I'm coming a little bit left. Brandon is staying pretty consistent with the outside line. But with the arc there, there's a puddle on the inside here. It's a hard one. There is netcode contact as well. Yes, there is 100%. Let's go to chase, so it's closer. Actually, let's go rear chase. Might help a bit. As we came down, I'm trying to skirt the puddle on the inside as much as possible. I push out a little bit, but the netcode is definitely there. The contact is there on netcode. And then he spins across my nose. But if you want to say it's Nickerson's fault, sure, he will definitely oblige and say, sure, definitely not. I'll bring in Morgan after to review this, but right now it looks like netcode, but there could be something, so I'm just going to note this for further review between Brandon and I. Then he has another off track right after, so let's go check that one out because he got hosed here. He went for a wild ride. As part of this contact, he got sent wide, bouncing off the barriers. Can't get it stopped. That's horrible. Good rejoin though. Let's see what his other incident is here. Yeah. Just I've had enough of this moment, which is fine. Rain races are not fun. Staying in the middle of the taillights with this dark fog, mist stuff is the only thing you can do. So yeah, no action on that one. Let's go back to that one. I took my eyes away to look at something else. Yeah, that's nothing. Action. And everyone starts finishing. Good. Good. Up across lines. He's across the line. Let's just make sure these aren't just crashes. After the finish. It's just like I can't see moment in the rain after the checkered. Alright, so that's the sprint, so no actions from that. feature. Here we had a stack up in lap 1, and I got the boot. So let's break this one down a little bit. So here Morgan comes in, and this puddle on the outside is just horrendous. You just can't do anything once you get in it. So I'm trying to do everything I can to avoid it. So is Morgan. So Morgan slows down just at the wrong time for me. And behind me is Troy. Troy can't see, more than likely. If we go into cockpit on Troy, and he only had a 1X, one single 1X. Yeah. So on an exit of a corner, Morgan slowing down, which caused me to slow down, which caused me to get hit by Troy and spun by Troy. So this is a racing incident in my mind. Nothing anybody could really do. It's just a stack up. A racing incident between these. So noted for me. Noted on the Morgan because he was part of it. Let's get to the next one here. Springer tried the BMW. So, know what that looks like? Well, that's aquaplaning. Let's go into the cockpit and look at the steering input here. Yeah. So, you can hear it and you can see it. That is pure aquaplane plow. So, here he gets off the throttle as soon as he hits that bunch of steering input, and on the outside is Gab. Gab is unfortunately in a wrong spot at the wrong time and gets turfed out into the grass there. So this is also a racing incident. There's nothing anyone really could have done or did wrong here. It's the end of lap 1. Nobody's really come through here to experience the aquaplane in this feature yet. And it was made worse by the lift. Like, because he had to lift because he was aquaplaning, that now put Gab beside him. So a racing incident between those. See how Gab's adventure went there. Make sure that he got off the grass all right. Yep, and he did. So racing incident with those two. Gotta put that as noted, but same bit of big puddle and rubber for Logan there. Got into the back of Phil. Pushed Phil wide, but just trying to get it stopped. He's doing everything he can not to hit Phil and T-bone him, so we'll call this one a racing incident too. Does a really good job of trying to rejoin safely here. Whoa. Right as the car goes right behind him. So, racing incident on that. Let's just see what happened to Phil totally. I think he just got pushed wide, and he does a sensible thing of opening his hands and going across the gravel. He lost a couple spots, but he's not backwards. It's the rain. Let's put that as a racing incident as well. Okay. Let's go back a bit farther to see this. So this is the fight for the lead. Okay, so that tells more of a story there. So you have Troy at the front. He runs wide and goes off. Goes through the gravel. Oh, looks like runner's still ahead at this point. Morgan gets a run on him. And Nathan gets a run here. And Troy kind of comes down. Nathan has kind of put his car right where he needs to, but the racing line slip is probably what pulled Troy over, like a little bit of just squirm on the brakes. So unfortunate contact. Troy does a good job of gathering this up. And they continue the battle straight away. Just make sure there's nothing else to this further up. Nope. Again, I'm going to call this racing incident. Next one. Big off there. Really good job of finding a safe spot to come back on. And he'll go straight to pits with the damage. Catching the grass. Running wide. Very easy and very common to do. No action on that one. And he left. That's unfortunate too. Let's try to continue racing even if it's going bad. Like, I was backwards and at the back of the field on lap 1 here. And put your head down and let's keep on having fun. Sometimes I know it's aggravating. You'd rather not. And if that's the case, then park it so you don't take any aggression out on other people if you feel like you need to do that. But it would be nice if we could have everyone try to finish the races. He blinked out there just as he was rejoining. Alright, let's see if this was in the way, which doesn't look like. Nope. So, back up here. No action. Brandon Potts. Huge moment. Nicely gathered up, and off he goes again. Renner. That was not fun. I continued on after that too. Springer again. The MW doesn't look like it was the easiest to drive. It's the puddle, aquaplane's off. And a big thump with the wall coming up. Yep. Again, nice rejoin. No action. Oh, that was unfortunate. So what happened here? Go back a little bit farther to see what happened. Alright, so this is after Renner's already crashed. He's still kind of recovering. I don't think he has front bodywork still. So the car goes up the inside, which is Mitchell. Mitchell gets a good bit of overlap there, which kind of pushes Renner a little wide here. He gets off into the grass. And at this point, he's kind of a passenger. Tries to gather it up, which my only bit of feedback on this is if you catch yourself in this situation, you're going to get the 1x. You know you're going to get the 1x. The slowdown it's in the rain, it's going to bleed quick. So rather than trying so hard to make the corner, blow the corner and go to the other side of that. It's safer for everyone else. The rejoin is a lot nicer. A few people definitely did this during the race. That would have not led to the contact not happening here. Mitchell would probably have been surprised at this point that Renner was on that kind of trajectory. Renner does get the worst of this. It's a racing incident in my mind. So we'll mark that as racing incident. Bill had a 4X. Because he just clipped that. Apparently said he had nose damage, but I think it repaired itself. Yep. So part of the racing incident. Let's look back at this one. Okay, so we have a recovering Mitchell. We have Patrick going onto the racing line. So what looks like a pretty severe swerve over. Let's go into the cockpit. That went nowhere. Yeah. So his hands never turn left. Car goes to the left, his hands go right. So this is just the snap that happens on braking. Mitchell was just in the wrong spot there. Unfortunately. Let's back to far chase here. And it spins Mitchell around, I think. There's no intent in this, but doesn't need anything. You could see if you were Mitchell, you would feel like you just kind of got taken for a ride. Let's go to his cockpit view then. Feel really beat up here, so. Stupid's contact on him. I think I'm gonna give a minor contact, like a 1 point to Patrick there for avoidable contact. Got a car on the inside. He had the snap. It's his job to keep control of the car, and he didn't, which led to contact. That led to spin. So let's give that a review. Driver 64. Minor contact. What happened here? Just aquaplaned. Aquaplaned, made a lucky not to hit Ryan in the middle of the corner there. So no action on that. There's a 4X on Ryan here for this, but it was a netcode 4X. Maybe just contact. No action. Springer. Still struggling with the BMW. No action. I wasn't aware that Ricky had such a wild night tonight. This feature just didn't come to fruition the way I think he planned. Yeah. That aquaplane in the Porsche going into that corner was pretty nuts at times. Didn't involve anyone else. And he's going again. Caesar. Action. Caesar again. Ooh, that's a huge aquaplane. No action. Good. No action. Rub. Just took his eye off and flipped the grass. No action. Bill. What happened here? And that was on the last lap, so that's how Phil lost the lead there. Looks like he was just unsighted by the traffic ahead. Or he's just the stress of trying to win his first one in a few seasons. Unfortunately, got to him. That sucks. It was a masterful drive, and I think he fuel saved the entire time too. So it was an incredible job to get it to the finish on fuel. I almost struggled, and I took a pit stop, so I ran out as I crossed the line. No action on that one. These ones are still trying to finish. So check these. Not a fun way to finish. Action. And I think Logan's already done, but let's just make sure. Nope, not done. Alright, so the only incident that still needs to be reviewed is the one between Brandon and I. I'll get Morgan in, and we will review that. All right. So we have reviewed it, Morgan and I, and his feedback was it's a racing incident. Uh, this I have a bunch of steering lock in to avoid the contact. There was net code. The racing line crosses between both cars on a rain line. It kind of factors into both. The both cars had room to give. Um, so we're gonna deem this one as a racing incident, just because there's a lot of factors that if it was just a little bit different, it wouldn't have gone into Brennan spinning. The net code definitely embellished it, unfortunately, and sent it for a ride. Probably because I had the amount of steering lock I had into the car. iRacing thought that I was going dead straight into him. So unfortunately, no no penalty in this case, or fortunately, no penalty in this case. If anything we were going to do here, it would have been up to a minor, which is consistent with the other penalty we've given tonight. So that's it for tonight. I see your comments, Renner. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you.